Hello there, and welcome back to another CFD cookie. And this time we're going to talk about paraview and in particular Streamlines. We have received many requests how to do Streamlines. I know it might be trivial, but in particular what people is asking how can I constrain those Streamlines to a plane? Like in this case, we have this cut plane and we constrain it. So the goal, now I'm going to show you this, but also we're going to work with Streamlines because you realize there are many things that you can do from the most obvious things that you can release those streamlines from some surfaces, then constraining in other surfaces, intersecting planes, and crazy stuff. So here you have a little bit crazy this workflow follow there, so probably you can see that I use some strange filters like polyline or slice along polyline and releases. So we're going to try many options, and probably this is not the best case. Now we are going to use this test case, this data set that we have used in previous CFD cookies, but there are nicer ones, something like an airplane, and we can do stuff like that, like this. So you can see here that we can release those Streamlines in the volume or from a specific region on the airplane. So we're going to see how to do this stuff. For the moment, we use this basic data set. So let's get our hands dirty. Okay, so I closed everything now that showed previously, so let's do everything from scratch. So in the video description, you have the link to download this dataset, the usual dataset that we have used in previous videos with paraview. So let me go here and to stress something that I already mentioned. Okay, this one. I like to save the data in inside format. I think it's the fastest format. You can use paraview format BTK, many formats. Okay, also you can use native format from Fluent or from OpenFOAM, but personal opinion, I think it's the fastest one, so I save in everything. Okay, so later we'll prepare a video just to show you and do some timing, in particular with OpenFOAM, that since now tends to be very slow. So basically, let me know here the data set. I save the data set, always self-centered data. That is my style, but you can save it node-centered, or everything is up to you. So starting from here that we have everything, let's release those strings. So we're going to do first the easiest, or to answer the question, how can I constrain those strings line in a specific plane? Okay, so the first things to do, okay, let me go and revisit also a little bit paraview here, alphabetic filters, and let's use strap block. Okay, remember that in this case now the data set inside format. Okay, I need to extract all the different surfaces bodies. So I know internal mesh will be the internal solution or the volume. So let me hide that one. And then filters, let me use pi small and large. Now this will be the walls. Okay, so I have these filters. So a few things that I want to show you. So remember that at the walls velocity 0. In previous videos we visited now how we can get the velocity here, or there is a filter extract surface. Later we're going to show you that and some other options to do resampling and so on. So this is our case. Let me hide the wall. This is the volume, and here let me do this, and we want to create a plane out cutting here the middle of the pi, or you can put it whatever you want. So I will do this and normal to set here, set normal, and this will be my plane. Okay, put it there and off you go. So you get this error. Is for this specific data set, and in particular now when you are projecting the cell, see that it doesn't manage to render that. So it's my fault. Probably I can use a better mesh, or I can, but it's not a problem, and actually just help you to identify a small warning. So actually it's a general warning now, so it's not a big deal. Don't pay attention to that. But if for you that is a little bit ugly, you don't like, you put there the crinkle slice and see that you don't have any problem there anymore. Any case, let me hide that. I don't worry about that. So let's say that I have here my self-centered data, something important, and actually let me go back and erase this slide because Also, I want to have the point-centered data. So very important, I'm using paraview 6, okay? So let me put here, this is the cell data to point data to get the interpolated data. Later, we're going to see why I want this data. So here you see that, okay, and let me pass also cell-centered data. So after you apply that filter, you have the cell, the node center, and the cell center. Okay, I want both data. Now I can access everything now here in the pipeline. So let me add here the size, normal to set. That warning, don't pay attention. So, and there you go. So now when I plot here, I can plot the nice data interpolated, or you can plot, now visualize the actual solution in the finite volume, which is the cell-centered data. So we have it here, okay? And what we want to do is get a line, and from that line release, or a point and release a Streamlines and constrain everything to this plane, okay? Having constraining. So it is very easy, okay? So we have a Streamlines filter, so we have many filters in paraview, and to remind you that I'm using version 6, maybe some of the filters that I'm going to use, if you're using another version, you don't have it, so you will need to update. But I likely probably you will have all the filters that I'm going to use. So basically what we want to use is string traces. So look at that, we have a few options here now. So I'm going to focus now on this one. Later we're going to visit this one. So then this is something more advanced that we can visit with another case. So a string tracer, and look at that, you get a line there. Okay, so by default you get that line, you have zips. Now, so you have two options, a point cloud, so this is point there, that sphere, and you can move it and you can release those Streamlines from that sphere, or you can select here the line and you give the coordinates. Okay, so you can go here and grab now the extremes and put it there, but see that now it's not aligned with the plane, but that is not an issue. Okay, so you can go press P and P, it will constrain it there. But then I will show you another trick. Now if you have those lines that are not perfectly matching that plane, how can you project it to that plane? But in any case, let's use this method. So there, see here that you constrain it. For some reason it's not perfectly zero. Now the coordinate in set is this value, but doesn't matter. Okay, let me put here 0, 1, 0, 1. So the trick here, remember that you have the P. So here you have this node, you press P, and then you are going to constrain to that plane. Can be a planar or can be something with curvature, so it will be constrained there. And let me go in Y. Let me put here, I know, from 1 to -1. So it's going to cover everything. So get the idea here. So in this line, we're going to release now those Streamlines, and I know already that this line is perfectly constrained with this plane that is getting this set coordinate. Okay, I press apply, and I don't get anything. So look at that, you have your slice there, the string tracer, which is this one, releasing for that line. You don't get anything because you need to select the right vectors and so on. So be careful that you have here this advanced options, now the gearbox. So I recommend you to toggle because you have a lot of stuff. For the moment here I will disable, and look at that, the first thing I will disable because you have too much stuff there, so not to get confused. So disable, see vectors, you can select, you can see there, you can select the wall shear stress, and that would be valid at the walls because you don't have that wall shear stress here in the middle. Or velocity vector, select that one. And there you go. So see that now. Let me hide the slice, and there you have your string size. Release from that line, and I cannot say that is, or probably yeah, it's constrained to this plane, but there are some other ways to do it. Okay, to be sure that it's perfectly constrained. Later we're going to see that. But the other thing in terms of that, say that you are releasing many lines there. So here's you go here, when you put that line. Here you can set the resolution. So let me put it there, apply, and I put in just 100 lines, and there you go. Releasing 100 lines. Let me change the flow, what you want to visualize. And then the lines, now they're following the flow. So you have many options here now. What I recommend you to track the whole no, the whole domain is to change. Okay, I put there the plane, and this is to change this option here, maximum string length. So you put there, you increase it. Let me put 20. Let me change the color, and there you go. So see that now is running through the whole domain. I want to point out that this integration of to track these string lines, you select here advanced, you're going to have many options there. Okay, so I don't want to go into details. You have the help manual, but also you have the tooltip. So if you hover over there, you're going to get that small message, so you get an idea what is happening. So I will disable, and this is it. These are your string lines, okay? And in this case, following there the flow, and voila. So the question, hopefully I answered that. How can you release that one from a plane and constrain a plane? So the important thing is that needs to be fixed here in this coordinate. Sometimes it might not happen, so I will show you that trick later. And the other thing that people ask is that, well, how can I see the direction? That put some vectors here now to see direction these strings as are traveling. So on top of these strings, like you can add here glyph vectors. For some reason they call it glyph. You put it there, same as previously. You have here, you need to select the orientation. We use U, velocity. I don't want to scale, so no scale. Apply there, and see that you have there your glyph. Let me reduce the scale. Let me put 2, and there you go. And I don't want the whole vector. I don't want the whole arrow. I want a cone. And let me reduce the number of cones that you want to put there. So look at that, you have many options, so you feel free to play with those options. Let me put just 200 cones, and that's it. So to change now the size of those cones, okay, obviously it's an advanced option. Now let me click here, and then here you have the advanced option. So let me put here 32, nicer, and okay, I can change the scaling here. So actually, go there, I don't need this one, 0.05, and voila. There you go, you have your cones, and now you have the reference now, the direction that those strings are following. So if you had here, I know recirculation, that they will be following that. Okay, let me increase this one to 400. Okay, so probably we get better visualization. There you go. So then the other thing, okay, I see these string lines there, those lines, okay, nice, but can I get something prettier? Absolutely yes. So as you reselect here string tracer, you will have the option, okay, you don't see it because it is an advanced option. Let me select it. Probably if you are using older versions, you don't have it available, so you need to find another filter. I will show you. But here in paraview 6, you have here styling, render lines as tubes, and let me increase the diameter here, the width 5, and see that there you go. So the tubes are much nicer, and this is it. Okay, how you can get a nice visualization. Okay, the tubes. For instance, if you don't have this option in your version, to get that, you select the string tracers and you go to filters, alphabetical, and there is a filter here called tube. And pretty much will be the same with the previously. So here you choose your scalar, whatever it is you have. You want to select vectors, velocity, and put it there, captain 0.01, and there you go. So it will create those tubes, and you will have a nicer visualization. Okay, so this is it. I hope you got the idea how to do it. So it's very straightforward. So if you want to put it in another plane, just put the plane, release the string lines, and that's it. Okay, so but since will get a little bit more complicated, so later we're going to see how to constrain to surfaces and so on. So that's all. Hopefully you found this video useful.